Let's begin with election matter. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has decided that all outstanding governorship, national and state assembly supplementary elections will take place on Saturday, 15th of April, 2023. Jide, I've been waiting for this since the last 48 hours. You know, I'm involved in that Adamawa election between Governor Fintiri and Aisha Binani. So they had their first outing, and INEC had to call for, describe it inconclusive, and some other places were actually highlighted so that the election will be run in 69 polling units. And we also have the same situation in states like Kebbi State and some other
states. The National Assembly elections.
And National Assembly here and there. And when you want to look at it, oh, I thought I've gotten 2023 election over with. Till we do this supplementary election, this will be the final lap.
Well, I'm happy that it's even coming so soon, before the election fever is completely off our system.
Oh, God.
You see, I see these supplementary elections as largely an attempt to fulfill all righteousness. Rarely does the table get turned against the person who is ahead. This is the way it's been for some time. Because let's look at what happened in Kebbi State, for example. 91,000 votes are on offer. The two gladiators, they are gunning for 91,000 votes. Now, out of this 91,000, the PDP needs 56,000 to win the election. Is it that everybody will go and vote for PDP on election day? You and I know that supplementary elections are usually characterized by extremely low voter turnout. I've seen where they told us, 42,000 registered voters. And the election, the result was 5,000 to something. You know, that is what we always see. You look at what has happened in Kebbi. It's a miracle. I don't even think that there's anything to fight for anymore, because I don't see PDP securing 56,000 out of 91. You know that a lot of those people will not show up. And with the way APC having been disgraced in the presidential election, they've brought out the big guns. When the Americans say that they are bringing out the big guns, they are not stopping at anything. Whether you spend money or we are not stopping at anything, just to make sure that they keep the state. You know? So that is the thing. And you also know, because you were in Adamawa, the governor,
30,000.
the governor is
30,000,
ahead.
yes.
And the bulk of those places.
What is please, 41,000.
Yes, the bulk of those places where the election will take place are the governor's strongholds. So the candidate of the APC is already at some disadvantage. This same thing happened in 2019 when the governor of Bauchi State, the current governor of Bauchi State, was ahead of the then incumbent, Emir Abubakar. He never succeeded in catching up with him. It happened in Adamawa when this governor of Fintiri was ahead of Jubrila Mohammed Bindo. He never succeeded in catching him. So the supplementary elections in both Bauchi and Adamawa ended up as just mere ratification of the person who won the main election.
GKB, some people will talk about the model as prescribed by Ayo Fayose. That look, if an incumbent governor is there, you must win convincingly, so that we won't have this kind of situation. Look at the Lagos situation. Look at what Sanwo-Olu turned out at the end of the day. Look at the runner-up at the end of the day. So you could say that, it was a landslide victory, convincing victory. More than 100,000, not 200, not, you know, do you understand? So what we're talking about now, if the incumbent is leading with 20,000, 15,000, it says so many things about the popularity of that incumbent.
Not necessarily, because whatever was the circumstances in 2019 will be different from this year. The governor may become extremely unpopular during the course of his term.
Why did
But like Ayo said, that is, you have to understand that it's very difficult to unseat an incumbent in Africa. And because I know from personal experience that sometimes governors set up there are particular areas that they call the governor's country. That the governors are very popular. And most of the time, most of supplementary elections will be held in those areas. That they think the governor is extremely popular. So what we call it in Ibadan is that we call it the Akala template. Basically that all of that results will come in. Areas where the governors are strong will come in last. So if the governor is in need of, let's say, 30,000, that 30,000 will appear.
Those are the time they were manufacturing fishes.
Before
Beavers.
When Michael Tyson was...
Yes, I remember in Delta States, if Great Ogboru is leading, Great Ogboru will win the whole of Masaba, win everything. Oduaha will just come from the river and everything, riverine areas, they'll just bring those votes. Bah!
And everything will turn upside down.
Those days.
We don't have those days anymore.
We just bring the vote. It was alleged fish.
No, the thing is, because of the difficult terrain, see how difficult it is to access those places. So they have the liberty to do so many
perfect whatever they want to do
things
before bringing.
And do you want to risk your life to go and confront them? You end up at the riverbed, you know.
Swimming with the fishes.
Yes. So this is the thing. But I like elections that are highly competitive. And in this year, I've seen elections that, man, less than 3,000. 3,000 margin.
Ogun State, 10,000.
Ogun State, 13,000. 13,000. Yes, 13,000. Kaduna, 10,000. That's Kaduna. Benue. Actually, won Benue by, I think, less than 3,000 or so.
Yes. He also lost Katsina by very small.
Katsina, less than 7,000. So we've seen so many close contests this year. And for me, and given how many of those governors lost, it has made this a memorable election for me, especially the presidential election.
For a long time to come, we'll be studying the figures,
election,
how it went.
20 governors lost their states. In the presidential election, APC lost 12 states.
Don't forget governors who also lost senatorial seats.
7 governors lost senatorial seats. Look at APC, the DG of the campaign. Lost his state, lost his bid for the Senate.
Yes.
You know?
APC national chairman.
Lost.
In Niger State.
2 times. No, in Nasarawa. 2 times. The 2 elections, he could not win his polling unit. Wow. In the past, they will not allow that embarrassment to happen. This is what our friends don't want us to talk about. But history is what it is. In the past, that would not happen. You want to embarrass the governor? You can't embarrass the governor now. They will not allow you to embarrass the governor. In those days when the results were usually taken manually from ward collation to local government, in transit, they will change those figures. In transit, they will change those figures. Remember what happened in Osun State? There was an election in Osun State, I remember. Okay. They blocked them as they were taking the, was it Osun? I think they were going to submit the results. It was at that point that they were hijacked. And some people tried to do it in this election and failed. They kidnapped INEC officials in Zamfara. They kidnapped INEC officials in Abia State. Yet the results did not change. So we are getting there. We are not perfect yet. That is a fact. We are getting there gradually. Now, all the politician can do now is to intimidate people on election day, stop people from voting, because they know that once the vote and the beavers is used, it's finished. You cannot change it anymore. All right, you have to accept your fate.